Hey everyone, welcome back on the channel. Today we will explore ETHFI, one of the best crypto platforms that every crypto user should know of. This is a non-custodial crypto platform that allows users to hold their funds there, also potentially invest in multiple DeFi opportunities, and the cherry on top, easy off-ramping with their own Visa cash card. You can see that the current TVL already surpassed $11 billion, which just goes to show how reliable it is and how users do trust in it. Also worth mentioning, if you choose to side with EtherFi for easy off-ramping, you're going to have access to a 3% cashback when spending with their Visa cash card. It's worth noting that this is an ongoing promo available for everyone that starts spending with their card until December the 31st of 2025. After that, cashback starts at 1% for everyone, but you can definitely build your way up to 3% depending on your club membership level. If you're wondering about EtherFi security, it has been audited by multiple protocols. If that is not enough for you, there is also optional coverage available through Nexus Mutual. This gives you the option to insure your crypto. In this video, I will cover the aspects that regard to self-custody, all the DeFi opportunities that EtherFi offers, and finally we will focus on their Visa cash card for easy off-ramping and also the many perks that EtherFi offers to travelers. As always, timestamps are available down below. With that being said, let's dive in. I'm gonna open the app and show you everything that EtherFi has to offer. If you never logged in before, you'll be able to choose between a personal account, or if you have a business and you're interested in having a EtherFi account, you can also choose that here. But if you are interested in using EtherFi to the fullest, you will have to become a club member. This will grant you access to their cash credit cards and other member exclusives. For that, you will need to insert your email. I'm gonna go ahead and connect my wallet. There's plenty to choose from. If you don't find yours here on the list, just click all wallets. They do support over 470 of them. Once you're logged in, you'll be able to see this dashboard. It's very simple to use, very clean UI, but I will walk you through everything in it. So on the left side, you can find all of the tabs for navigation. By default, we will land on our portfolio. You can have a quick access look to your holdings and their potential rewards for not only staking, but all of the other potential investment opportunities. Okay, so let's start with staking. This is the simplest way to earn passive income. You can deposit Ethereum, Bitcoin, or a stable coin pegged to the dollar. Whatever you choose, you just have to select the blockchain of your choice. And depending on the blockchain that you choose, also the availability of these crypto assets can differ. So pay attention to that. But on Ethereum, you can deposit all of these three assets. And note that once you determine how much you want to stake, you will then get a receive amount. So this means that you are staking your Ethereum, but it remains liquid in the shape of WE-ETH. So you can then use this Ethereum in other DeFi opportunities. You can hold it, you can sell it, you can do whatever you want because your ETH will remain liquid in the shape of this token. Do note that if you want to redeem your original Ethereum back, of course you'll have to then put back this same amount of tokens. So this will be your sort of receipt for your original deposit. Also do note that if you stake on, for example, a layer 2 like Base, it can actually happen that your staking will not show up here. And if you want to unstake, you'll have to unstake through Ethereum mainnet. This is a known issue of the platform, but don't worry, your Ethereum didn't go anywhere. It's still there. So you just got to switch up to Ethereum mainnet and then unstake from there. And this goes not only for Base, but also from all of the other layer 2s here, like Scroll, for example. If that issue happens to you, now you know what to do. Also, if you want to receive another asset as a liquid staking token for ETH, you can choose here the WE-ETHS. The difference is that you are staking your Ethereum through different protocols. So this one uses eigenlayer restaking and this one uses symbiotic restaking. They can also have different APRs. So for example, if you're choosing eigenlayer restaking, you will earn 3.1% APR, and also if you're choosing symbiotic restaking, you will earn a bit less, 2.7% APR. In any case, your ETH does remain liquid. So let's input here 1 Ethereum once again. And actually with Symbiotic, although the APR is lower, you actually do receive a bit higher liquid staking tokens here, 0.96, while compared with Eigenlayer, you would get 0.92. You can also find liquid staking options for staking BTC through the Babylon restaking with Lombard. So in this case, since we are staking on Ethereum or in some of its layer 2s, actually we will need to deposit wrapped BTC and then we will receive eBTC. Depending on the blockchain that we choose, we will need to deposit different tokenized versions of Bitcoin. For example, on Corn, we will have WBTCN. That is the token that we need to deposit in order to receive eBTC. So it pretty much depends on which network, which blockchain you want to deposit your assets to earn a very decent 0.4% APY on Bitcoin, for example. On top of this, of course, there are different rewards like membership points and many other protocols that are teamed up with EtherFi in order to give you a bonus point for using their staking platforms. I believe that stables are only supported to staking on the Ethereum mainnet, but of course this might differ depending on when you are watching the video. In this case, you can deposit plenty of stables, not only USDC and USDT, DAI, and also plenty of other stables. Then you get, once again, a liquid staking asset that keeps your deposit liquid. So in this case, 1 USDE gets you 0.94 EUSD and the APY here is 3.1%. I believe the APY will remain 3.1 for whatever stable we choose, but of course, if you're hunting for higher yields, do pay attention to that. And that is staking in a nutshell. Now moving on to liquid vaults. Liquid vaults are just automated strategies that make more complex strategies for passive income much more streamlined and accessible for the average user, especially when it comes to managing, because the vaults are completely automated. So you deposit, it starts getting yield, the yield is then deposited back into your position, making it grow over time. For example, you can deposit WEETH, right? So let's say you staked here Ethereum, you got WEETH, and then you are already earning 3.1% on that, right? But since you get your WEETH as a liquid staking token, you can then come here into liquid and deposit it into some of these vaults, for example. Different vaults will have different strategies, also different APYs, so do pay attention to that. But it's definitely a simple way where you can increase your APY by stacking this yield on top of the original staking. Of course, this will potentially also increase your risk, not only to crypto markets, but also we are using different smart contracts, and that means also increased exposition to smart contract risk. But then it's only a matter of you browsing through all of the vaults shown here, giving you options not only to deposit your liquid staking tokens for ETH, but also BTC or maybe some of those stables. There's definitely plenty of options here also for governance restaking, and also some of the partner vaults. Liquid Katana ETH. Katana is a newer blockchain, Ethereum layer 2. They're having an upcoming airdrop, so there's going to be these really high incentives because of it. That's why the APY here is really high when compared to other options. If you want to know more about each vault, click in it and it will give you not only the basics for the strategy, of course it will show your performance, how much you have been yielding so far, more details about it, focusing on the assets that are being used in the vault, the entity that is managing the vault, in this case it's 7Cs, you can get links to it from here. Infrastructure provider is where the vault is actually operating, so this is on the Veda platform, and more details such as the platform fee, if that's the case, a performance fee, in some cases there might be an exit fee, and also if you want to check the original contract that manages the vault, it's also shown here. Vault strategies are also covered, as well as risks. DeFi can be potentially really rewarding, but also potentially really high risk. You can get all of this same information for whatever vault you are interested on, okay? Unlike staking, these vaults might give you also exposure to liquidity pools, and liquidity pools are very widely known for a potential risk called impermanent loss, alright? So make sure you understand all of the things that are happening. Otherwise, if you want to keep with the lowest amount of risk, definitely stick with staking. Your assets remain liquid, while at the same time you earn a really nice APR that then again, compared with traditional banking, is light years ahead. I mean, traditional banks do not offer you 3.1% a year. Then last under in the investment options, there's ETHFI. ETHFI is EtherFi's native token. This is for people bullish on the platform, okay? You can stake it here, earn some nice APY. Potentially, you can even take part in the decision-making process of EtherFi. You can also use some of their other investment opportunities for ETHFi, mainly using liquidity pools on Uniswap, Curve. Both of these are on Ethereum. Also on Arbitrum, you can find yield opportunities to provide liquidity with Camelot and also Ramses. Actually, you can also find Uniswap pools on Arbitrum to provide liquidity with ETHFi. If you want something more conservative, you can use restaking options through Karak or Symbiotic on the Ethereum mainnet. So as a summary, ETHFi options are for people who are truly bullish about the platform. Stake is going to be the least risky one. You get some yield, your deposit remains liquid in the shape of the tokens that you will receive in return after your deposit, and then potentially move those funds and deposit them into liquid, where you can find plenty of vaults with automated mechanics to compound through time your initial investment. Now let's touch upon the cash card, your DeFi native credit card. You do need to undergo KYC to receive this card, but once you do pass KYC, you get a virtual card right away. You can start spending with it, and also you can apply for a physical card for completely free. There are plans down the road for a metal card for big spenders, but right now that's not yet available. Just do know that if you want to off-ramp with EtherFi, you will get 3% cashback on all purchases. You can use it with Apple Pay or Google Pay. In order to have access to all of this, you need to join the club, which is free. So in order for you to undergo KYC and create your card, let me show you here what they ask. You'll have to provide some details about you, any ID card like a driver's license, maybe some other options, also a selfie to prove that you are you, and also a proof of address. So once you join the club, this will be how your account will look. It's basically the same thing. You don't necessarily need to join the club, but I think it's best because it will also give you higher tiers of cashback once this ongoing promo comes to an end on December 31st. In order to add funds to EtherFi, you just need to select if you are sending from your crypto wallet or if you are sending funds from a bank. This is not yet available, but it's coming soon. You can actually have direct rails from traditional finance, your bank, through EtherFi. So that's a really cool option. If you want to receive funds from someone else, just click share your deposit address, select the token you want to receive and also the network. Right now, the three supported ones are Base, Ethereum, and Scroll. And depending on whatever network you choose, also the tokens here can differ, but mainly you will have the more common options like Ethereum, USDT, or USDC. These are available in all of these three blockchains. So then it's just a matter of the person you want to receive funds to scan this QR code, or maybe you can copy your address and share it. But also very important, they do need to know what token they are sending and in which network. For adding funds to topping up your EtherFi account yourself, you can also send from your crypto wallet. Again, the three supported networks currently are the same: ETH, Base, and Scroll. You select the network where you have your funds on, you select the token, and then it's just a matter of clicking add funds. You can also go to the menu on the right upper side of your window and find the Manage Linked Wallets. Through here, you can link multiple wallets, manage those, disconnect some, it's up to you. When it comes to spending with EtherFi, there's also a very cool option. You have a couple of different ways you can choose to spend with your cash card. First is direct pay. Alternatively, you can select the borrow mode, which essentially allows you to take loans against your own crypto collateral. For that, you will pay 4% borrow APY. But let's take a deeper look at both of these options. Direct pay, as the name implies, allows you to use your crypto directly when spending. When you make a purchase with a cash card, the funds are immediately deducted from your Ether.fi vault, be it from your USDC or liquid USD balance. Any USDC balance in your vault will be used first. Then liquid USD as a secondary spend asset, but this is in the case when there is none USDC available. About that, a very important note: Any other assets in your vault are not eligible to use in direct pay mode at this time, though this list will continue to increase over time. So now you know, for using direct pay, make sure that you have some USDC or liquid USD balance to fund your spending. You spend using your eligible crypto holdings directly, transactions are processed instantly from your available balance, no interest charges or fees beyond standard transaction costs. Your crypto is converted to the required currency at the point of sale. This is the best option for daily purchases and routine expenses, or maybe when you want to use specific crypto you already own in order to avoid any borrowing fees. It's also best for simple, straightforward transactions. In direct pay mode, there are 3 tokens you can use for funding your card purchases: USDC, USDT, or liquid USD. From here, you can also set your spend priority, so this means that whichever token you select from these 3, it will be used first as the priority asset for spending. This is something you can switch up at will at any time. And one thing that you could do for maximum efficiency is actually stake USDT or USDC. You will receive then in return liquid USD. So at the same time that you are earning APY on your stake assets, you can use that to fund your spending. So in practice, you are spending while you earn, which is another of the things that make ETHFI much superior to the traditional banking system alternatives. So from my end, that's definitely a huge thumbs up for ETHFI and crypto/decentralized options that gives us more control and more benefits altogether. Now the borrow mode. It allows you to keep your crypto and spend anyway. Make purchases using all assets in your ETHFI vault while keeping your cryptocurrency holdings intact. Instead of selling your crypto, you can use it as a collateral to borrow funds for your purchase. This is how it works. Your crypto acts as collateral for a loan. You can then spend without selling your crypto assets, although interest charges will apply on borrowed amounts. Your crypto remains in your vault and you can repay your borrow balance at any time. This is best for when you want to utilize your total ETHFI vault assets, not just USDC and liquid USD. It's definitely best for when you want to use your crypto to finance your lifestyle but without selling it. In the case you go with borrow mode, this is how interest works on borrowed credit card balances. If you borrow using your card, i.e. spend more than the funds in your wallet, that borrowed amount will begin accruing interest immediately, with no grace period or billing cycle. These are the basics. Annual interest rate of 4% APY. Interest starts immediately after you borrow. No cutoff dates. No minimum payments, no billing cycles. Interest compounds automatically over time. Your borrowed balance increases every second based on the current amount you owe, and you will see this reflected directly in your app. Interest is calculated the following way. It does compound continuously, which means you will pay interest on your total borrowed amount. As your borrowed balance grows, so does the interest. The 4% APY includes the effects of compounding. Let's wrap it up with a very common example. If you borrow $100 and do not repay anything for a full year, you will owe $104 at the end of that year. That's because your balance grows slightly every second, not just once per month or per transaction. You will owe interest as long as you have a borrowed balance. But since there is no minimum repayment schedule, you can actually repay anytime. Although the longer you wait, the more interest you will owe. And whenever you spend with your card, the cashback that you will earn is going to be paid in scroll tokens, okay? Note that cashback is currently capped at $1,000 monthly, promotion 3% across all tiers up until December the 31st of 2025. You might want to swap that into stables, for example, maybe into Bitcoin or something else, if you do not want to be a holder of Scroll because it is a volatile asset, and if you are bullish about something else, make sure once you receive that cashback in your vault, you do make the swap into something else. A stable, Ethereum, maybe this eBTC, there are some options, alright? And now let's talk about one of the biggest perks of ETHFI, which is their travel perks. And you can find the link for that page here on the left side on the hotels tab, right? So when you're using this, you get substantial discounts, up to 64% discounts in some of these partner luxury hotels throughout the world. The lowest prices on luxury hotels with guarantee, best prices, simple booking, and also secure payment. You can actually book your stays from this same website, but the perks from ETHFI do not stop there. You can actually earn 5% cashback on your hotel booking. Book your next stay with ETHFI card and pay to enjoy 5% cashback on all bookings. This makes ETHFI not only a great option for holding, investing, and IRL spending our crypto, but also a really good option for people who travel a lot. One of the ongoing promos is this summer mint. This will be running until the end of December, and you can earn a share of this rewards pool, 500,000 ETHFI tokens that will be distributed through two pools at the end of the campaign. To participate in pool 1, you just need to add funds. Simply deposit or mint liquid assets into your vault. Of course, this is only available for members. This is one of the many perks that it offers. Once you become a member, you just need to mint or add liquid funds to your vault. In order to mint is just using the staking tab to deposit some ETH, for example. Then you receive the liquid staking token of your choice, and essentially that is what mint liquid means. And then from the pool 2 rewards, just by using ETHFI and spending with your cash card, you will be able to earn ETHFI tokens in addition to 3% cashback when you spend using your cash card. From the allocated bars here, it shows us that the allocated incentives for ETHFI tokens in pool 1 are fast coming to an end, but the pool 2, dedicated to reward people who spend to earn, it only has seen roughly a quarter of its allocated ETHFI tokens amount distributed so far. So there's still plenty of time to take part in both, but especially pool number 2. If all of this seems good to you and you want to test ETHFI out, I will leave a referral link down below. If you want to use it, go ahead. It helps to support the channel. In my opinion, this is one of the best crypto protocols. It offers everything to users holding, potentially also investing and off-ramping to spend crypto IRL. But if you are not completely sold, test it out first, deposit a small amount, use it to test IRL spending with the card and go from there. Then if you are happy with the platform, you can start using it more heavily. In my opinion, it's better to not rely on a single platform. I have multiple, just for the sake of if one is experiencing some issues, then I will have another backup. That being said, I really like what ETHFI offers users. Never had issues with it. If you want to test it out, there's the referral link down below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Maybe you have some other alternatives. If that would be the case, feel free to mention those down in the comments. That being said, guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more of this type of content. Take care, keep exploring crypto. I'll see you on the next one.